with Gary Gensler saying that he will step down as SEC chair in January. For that, we want to bring in Johan Kerbrat. He is the vice president and general manager of Robinhood Crypto. Johan, just talk to us about how you're thinking through the news that came late yesterday and what ultimately this signals here for crypto.
Yeah, we've always advocated for more regulatory clarity in the industry. And so, we are looking forward to work with the new leadership. We think that policies that will accept crypto and help foster a better environment for the crypto industry in the US is important for the country. And hopefully companies like Robinhood that are used to work with regulator will be able to flourish under the new policies.
What is the top regulatory framework that the crypto landscape wants right now, especially as it feels like that's changed either administration over administration or even year over year?
Well, I think at this point, what we are looking for is really having a framework that we can actually work with. I think it's going to be hard to have a perfect policy. There will be issues, as we've seen in the past with other framework like MiCA in Europe, for example. It's far from perfect, but at this point, what we are looking for is something that we can work with because we know how to work with regulators. And so, a company like Robinhood is already regulated by the SEC, by FINRA, by the New York DFS. We have a BIT license. So at this point, if we have this clear framework where it's not just regulation by enforcement, we'll be able to make it work and we'll be able to offer cryptocurrency safely to customers.
When you see the euphoria that has certainly swept crypto, and I know we talked about it not too long ago, but obviously just in terms of the money that has been poured into crypto, when you take a look at just the price specifically of Bitcoin, but also the Bitcoin exposed to ETFs, I'm curious what you make of this sentiment and whether or not if we do get that to that $100,000 mark, is that almost going to act as a selling point, you think, here for investors?
It's really funny because I remember like back in 2017, we were all thinking like, can Bitcoin go higher? And back in the days, we were far from this level. So it's really difficult for me to say if we are going to pass that selling point or if we are going to go higher than 100K and things like this. What I think we're clearly seeing is since the election and since the hope that there will be a more clarity coming into the space, into the crypto space, it sounds like customers are excited to go back into that world. And a lot of people, not just retail, but also institution, were waiting before getting into the crypto space because they were waiting for regulation. And so now that it sounds like there is a more clarity coming in the horizon, it sounds like people are a bit more enthusiastic to get into the market.
The United States already owns and holds about 200,000, a little over 200,000 Bitcoin. And it's been talked that, especially during the campaign, that there would be a specific kind of reserve set up for cryptocurrency and for Bitcoin, a strategic reserve here. What could that mean in terms of the amount that the U.S. would set forth as a standard to keep in that reserve over a longer period of time? And what does that mean for some of your end clients at Robinhood?
Well, so the interesting thing with Bitcoin for people who don't necessarily know is that there is a fine set amount of Bitcoin available, 21 million exactly. And not everything is available on the market because not everything has been mined and not everything is accessible. But on the reserve question, it's not very clear yet. I think when President Trump announced it during the conference in Nashville, it sounded like they actually didn't want to sell the Bitcoin that was seized in the past, not necessarily like acquire more Bitcoin. So I think we'll just need to get more details from the administration.
All right, Johan Kerbrat, the vice president and general manager of Robinhood Crypto. Thanks so much.